What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Before I go anywhere with this video, I just want to thank you guys for your patience. As of recent, I know I've been pretty absent from YouTube and socials. School just got really busy, finishing up my third year of university, and just got super busy with life. So didn't have hardly any time to even play on my own time, forget about record videos. So again, thank you guys for your patience. I'm now a little less busy, so I'm going to try and upload more frequently, more consistently, and of course get out some more content that you guys are going to enjoy. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at No Warning from Dirty Honey's first full-length studio album. This one is going to be in E-flat standard tuning, so it's a half step down on all your strings. The amp I'm using is the Marshall JVM 210 with the orange crunch setting. The gain is fairly high. Treble is about 3 o'clock with middle as well, and then bass is at about 12. I'm using my bridge pickup here, and I've got my tone knob set at about 7, so that gives you that nice. So those are kind of the settings I'm using here. I'm not really using any pedals at all. It's just straight from the amp and, you know, messing with knobs essentially. Before I get into the actual tutorial of the video, I just want to ask you guys to please like and subscribe to the video. And if you enjoyed it, please leave a comment down below, maybe suggestion what I could do in the future. All of those, they really help out the channel. And if you really like what you see here, the full lesson will be on Patreon. So I'll leave that link down below. If you're not interested in Patreon, you just want to contribute to the channel, I'll also leave my PayPal link down below. So thank you in advance for liking, subscribing, commenting, and if you enjoy the content, the full lesson will be on Patreon. Alright, so let's get into the first intro riff here, which kind of continues into the verse. So we'll cover both in this one little clip here. So you're going to start with an A power chord. So that's just 2nd fret D string and G string. And then you're going to kind of play a G major chord form, but you're not playing all of the strings. So I'm only playing the top 4 strings, E, A, D, and G. So down, 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 up, down is the picking pattern. And this last chord here is a D power chord, but it's in a different position. So it's like a D major chord, just without your 2nd fret on the E string. So your E string is muted. So it sounds like that. So down, 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 up, down. And then that repeats itself. And you've got the drums doing that. And then what he's doing is he's muting all his strings and he's going up, down, up, muted strings. So just to add more to the actual mix. So I played that through twice there. So each of these riffs goes 4 times for each intro, verse, etc. So the intro is 4 times, and then goes 4 times, and then the verse is the same deal, except after you play it the first time or the second time. So 1. So here it's going to be down, up, muted, and then you're going to go to your 3rd fret E string and do a half step bend, and then back to your riff for the final 2 times through this first verse progression. So So that's 1 time through one of the verses. So now it goes into another verse section, and again, same thing, but the first time through, instead of going after you're finished, you're going to be playing something a little different, and it sounds like this. So what you're doing there is down, up, palm mute, or muted strings, and then 3rd string A, or 3rd fret A, sorry, and then you hammer on to 4th fret A, and then on the upstroke, or you can do downstroke, either works, you're playing your power chord for your A, which is basically just D string and G string, 2nd fret. So. And then that repeats itself until you get to and then that goes into the chorus. So I will end this clip here and then I'll start another clip. I'll play that little section for you and then we'll cover that in closer detail in the next clip. Alright, so right there I just played through what we're going to be covering in the chorus section. Before I move on to the chorus, there's one little thing leading up to it with the verse. Is on the last time of that verse pattern, you're holding that D power chord. So that's on the last time, just to make note of that. And so you're holding that, and then 2nd fret E string, half step bend and then release, and then E major chord. So I'm playing the E first, and then the rest of the chord after. And then the G major chord 5 times, and then a pause, and then you're playing your A power chord. So A power chord, 1, 2, and then G major chord, and then D power chord. So down, 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 up. So on the upstroke here, you're going to be going to your 3rd fret E string with a half bend. And what I'm doing is while I'm getting that ready, I'm actually muting these strings below it with my 2nd finger. So there's no sound that can possibly come out of them other than that. So it's not going to be like, right, you're not going to hear a muddled sound, it'll just be, and that gives you a little more, attitude in your playing. So, so you have your chords. So same chord progression. Now the 2nd time through, you're playing your D power chord, right? So what you're doing here is 4th fret G string, whole step bend, release, pull off to 2nd fret, and then 4th fret D string, 2nd fret D string. So. And then you go through again a 3rd time, same chord progression. So what you're doing here is similar to what, except you're going 1 fret down. So 2nd fret E string, half step bend and release. Release, and then open E, E major chord, and then G major, and then back to your, and we'll cover this in the next clip. Alright, so for this little section here, we're going to look at the first part of this second verse riff, because it is slightly different from what you did in the beginning. So again, same chord progression, just different accents and little asides that John is playing in between his riff. So you have, same as usual. So what I'm doing here is a whole bend on the 4th fret of the G string. I'm playing open E. And my picking is down, up, up. And then down. So whole bend. And then you play the bend again. And release. So that bend stays held while you play the other note. And then you go to your 2nd fret G string to end it. So. So this third one now has that down up, as we did in the first set of riffs. So that will be familiar. It's mainly just, and then. And then it goes back into another verse. So that's all that I will cover here on the YouTube channel. Again, if you guys like what you see, this is kind of like a trial run, and then the full lesson is posted on my Patreon, linked down below in the description box. It's fairly inexpensive. I think it's cheaper than Netflix. Netflix keeps going up, so it's definitely cheaper than Netflix. I try to keep it as low as possible, but it also helps my content because I do put a lot of time into it. And as some of you may know, there's not a whole lot of creator revenue unless you're super huge on YouTube. So it's a nice little way to kind of get a little bit back for the time I'm putting in. And it's full lessons for you guys as well. And you have access to everything on there, including all of the Greta Van Fleet stuff that I've done. Other Dirty Honey stuff. There's other stuff on there too. So yeah, lots of stuff on Patreon. I would really appreciate if you guys check it out, subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like and comment, and even subscribe on this channel as well if you haven't already. But if you're just sticking on YouTube, until next time, keep on rocking.